Hey, we're going to get us a reading for the sign of Pisces. As you know, I've already began my pre-shuffle before I press the record button, so I'm going to cut the deck and get into it with the main energy for the sign of Pisces. You have need validation in the reverse. So, Pisces, I'm pretty sure this your energy starting off now. You don't need nobody validation. You have somebody who is past the point of needing the approval of the people around them or even person around them. Somebody is definitely following their own light right now. I do feel like you're being guided, balanced too. And then you have resentment. So I feel like it's somebody, again, in your energy that feels a certain type of way. They're very resentful towards you because you feel as if you no longer need their validation. I feel like at some point this may have been somebody who you used to always ask their opinion, and now you're more so doing things without a care. You're doing things without anybody's opinion. And with this materialism card next to it, I feel like this person resents you even more because the fact that you are now standing in your own power is actually working out for you. They can see it materializing in your life, Now, don't get me wrong. I do feel like you may not be a material-based person, but this other person that is watching you is. They're very materialistic. So the mere fact that they see you moving up in life and they see you accumulating things, it really makes them feel a certain type of way. Like this person don't like you. They salty, And next you had lack of empathy. It's like this person is failing to realize that the work that you have been doing, your due diligence is what has gotten you thus far, It's like this person does not understand the road that you had to travel in order to get to where you are, And you don't have to give anybody any handouts. You don't have to get validation from anybody or anything else like that. The mere fact that you are standing in your power so strongly like that, it can almost come off as if you lack empathy, like you don't care about how the next person feel, in which you do to a certain degree, but you really don't. You know what I mean? And this may cause some type of conflict between you and another person. This person that is having this resentment. And then you have lack of awareness in the reverse. You're fully aware of what's going on around you. You can see your third eye is open. Your intuition is open. You have done the work again. You've traveled the distance, So you not missing any opportunities. You have opportunities that are just flowing into you back to back to back to back. Like, and this person is even viewing you, and looking at you like you weren't doing all that when they was with you, or however, you know what I mean, when they was around. Whoever this person is with this resentment, that can't let go of things from the past. Like, it's eating them up, Pisces. It's eating them up. What else? You have somebody that may be obsessive over you. That might be part of the issue too, on why this person just can't, move on, more so let you go out of their energy. And the mere fact that you don't care and they care so much, it's becoming quite obsessive, It's a fixating to the point of compulsion. This intense focus can be overwhelming. Yeah. So somebody is so focused on you. They're so focused on watching what you're doing, and they're seeing you manifest, again. That's why they have that resentment, because they're moving at a slower pace than what you are. They feel a certain type of way. Maybe it's something about the way that you're doing things. It's like you're manifesting things so quickly. You know what I mean? This person they can't do that. They can't keep up. You got be here now. So somebody is balancing, they have more time now that they don't have to worry about certain things in their life, and they have more time to be productive, and somebody is balancing their productivity with their self. It's like somebody is still being very mindful. You may meditate, it's certain things that you did or that you do, where you tap back into yourself. Somebody is really big on grounding, being outside barefoot. Somebody likes sanding and water. Tree hugging. It's all type of stuff, You're just so much more peaceful. What else? Yeah. Be mindful, though, because it is somebody watching you. Somebody is watching you. You have no boundaries. This person that don't have these boundaries, It's always been hard to establish, a healthy dynamic with this person because they always felt the need to overdo things. They always felt the need to overstep their boundaries. I hear somebody do some inappropriate jokes or something like that in public. It's like a attention, causing attention to y'all. And you have one person, who don't care. They act silly. They promote themselves however. And then you have another person that don't necessarily like that. They don't want to present themselves like that. You never know who you're going to come across. It's like that always mattered to you. I feel the need to bring this, just like smoking. Somebody might smoke, like you and your partner smoke or something, and one partner don't mind going out in public, smelling like fresh aroma, and the other one don't like that, You bump into people different places and stuff like that. Like, I understand that, like, yeah, no. If you do what you do, you don't have to present it a certain type, like, you don't have to do it like that, So with this intolerance, you grew intolerant of this person forcing your boundaries, of this person going above and beyond to make you feel uncomfortable. It says that differences are seen as a threat rather than growth opportunities. So this person more so viewed your growth as a threat. They viewed your growth as you getting out of control. They viewed your growth as them no longer being able to have, this grip on you where they can control you however it is that they choose to control you. And it made them feel a certain type of way. It made their love that they had turn to dislike. Some of them didn't even have love with this Judgment in the reverse. It's the approaching a decision with empathy as snap judgments lead to misunderstandings. So with it being in the reverse, this person used to judge all the time. This person would definitely not use empathy, and they would just snap to whatever misunderstandings or however. It's like this person always wanted you to understand them without giving you any understanding. And that's why they feel a certain type of way with this lack of empathy that you're showing them now, because they never showed you any. This person is now seeing what it feels like to be on the opposite end of the spectrum of the energy that they were giving to you. The only difference is this person was trying to intentionally manipulate you and make you feel a certain type of way, where the way that you was operating is simply because that's how you feel, It is no malice in it. This is where this person has placed you type of situation. So with this unfrozen, it's like you're no longer stuck within this situation. You're no longer stuck within these dynamics. You no longer care, about what's going on. You have now found your strength, and your weaknesses, and you figured out how to make them work for you, if that makes sense, in any way, shape, or form. And you have mental block in the reverse. So you have released all mental blockages. All the things, all the fears, all the failures, whatever it was, that negative self-talk that you was doing to yourself that was keeping you bound in one place, you have let all of that go. You're no longer talking to yourself negatively. in which you never should have in the beginning. And you have anger in the reverse. Yeah, you no longer, you're slow to anger now. You're able to control, your temperament. I feel like you used to, snap quick. Like as soon as somebody had you messed up, that's right where they had you messed up at. That's where we taking it from, type of situation. But I feel like you have more so learned to control that. You figured out how people were more so using these different things to trigger you. With avoidance, they was using these different things to trigger you so that they can avoid having certain conversations where y'all would be able to get down to the truth of things. They will more so get you to react and then be like, see, that's why I can't talk to you, or see, that's why we can't do this, and then try to find an out or even leave the house. I get that. Like this person would leave. But with this adaptability, you have learned how to maneuver within yourself. You have learned the different things that make you tick. You have learned to think outside of the box in order to get farther in life. And with this manipulative, it says using tactics and strategies to influence or control others for personal gain. You realize that that's what was going on. You had somebody around you trying to be very manipulative, in order to get their way with you. And then being defensive when you would call them on it. It's like this person was very resistant. Especially when it came to trying to get on the same page with them. It's like this person would block you off. They would be very manipulative again. And then get defensive if you try to call them on it, as if they did not know what they were doing with these insecurities in the reverse. This person was very insecure with the fear of not being good enough. I actually feel like, because this came in the reverse. So you're very secure within yourself, but this person was very insecure within themselves, and therefore it caused a clash. This person felt like you was doing too much and you felt like they were doing too little. This person felt like you believed in yourself too much and you felt like they didn't believe in themselves enough, So with these control issues, it's like, again, this person couldn't manipulate you. They couldn't do it, to successfully do it. Implant these insecurities into you while you guys were in a home or something like that together. Some were living with each other underneath the same roof. You have disconnected. So this is something that you separated yourself from. Again, you separated yourself from this person. Like I said in the beginning, you do not feel the same way that you once felt. You don't even engage with this person the same way. You know what I mean? It's like you separate yourself. You would get into arguments with this person where it's like you knew it just was an endless battle. It was no point, in even trying with this person. It's like whatever, you would just disconnect. After they started lying, you would just disconnect. Or even after you started talking, they would disconnect. It's like this person did not hear you. They didn't hear you. They were not present, with you. And with this thirst for the truth, it's like this is something that you were searching for. You were really trying to balance this out. Like how this person really felt, but they hid their emotions. Like they kept secrets. They kept secrets. And when it came time to be honest and acknowledge what was going on, to more so weigh things out, only one of you guys were being honest. Only one of you guys, again, was willing to grow. But that's why this person ended up being left behind. I really feel like if they had done what they were supposed to do, actually done the work, instead of this escapism, they're trying to escape, if they had actually done the work, they would be just as far with you. They would be reaping the material harvest and everything else as well. But instead, this person decided to detach from their daily struggles. Like this person, whatever it is that they was doing, this person chose addictions, or they chose toxic behavior, toxic connections, linking up with karmics, different things like that. And you decided to sit in whatever it was that you had to sit in. You endured the pain. You endured everything that you had to do, and you had this mysterious shift. Things changed for you suddenly. And that's what happened. It's like in a blink of an eye. You know what I mean? with this slower pace. You had to take your time with something. But again, this person was not moving as quickly as you. This person thought that they were getting ahead with their shortcuts. You know, you were more so appreciating the journey that you were on and not being arrogant with this arrogance in the reverse. This person was being very arrogant because they thought that they knew too much. They thought that they were above you. They thought that they were above everybody. Tunnel vision. This person only seen things one way. They didn't pay attention to the journey. They didn't think that slow and steady wins the race. They wanted to take shortcuts. And now they're consumed with their thoughts, you know, and they feel blinded by their emotions. This person is really, really emotional now because of the decisions that they made, but they still are not taking accountability. You got shame and guilt. Feel them without judgment or self-criticism. Again, you worked through what you needed to work through. This person was too like they couldn't do it. They didn't have the strength that you had with this overthinking, analyzing every possible outcome and becoming paralyzed by indecision. This person felt as if they had done too much, you know, so they couldn't admit to one thing without admitting to it all. So instead, they're stuck in shame and guilt. And then in their mind, when they overthink it, you know, it's like they get stuck some more. They get stuck some more with indecision. And you got feeling lost in the reverse. It's like they wanted you to be aimlessly wandering. Or I'm not even going to say that. This person is aimlessly wandering. But you're not lost. Like, you're not lost. You're not overthinking. You don't feel no shame, no guilt, no nothing about any of the decisions that you made. Mysterious shift. You experienced this mysterious shift. And it helped you grow personally, or some personal growth or something like that. Dual nature. It helped you be able to exist in between two different worlds, coexist. This may have heightened your spiritual powers or something like that. Your spiritual abilities. And then you have avoidance. It's the key. It's the key to see the need to avoid discomfort, but also to overcome it to thrive. It's certain things that you had to avoid, you know, during this, or certain things that you have to avoid now. You know, you have fully stepped into your power, and it's like you're different from before. And you're now starting to see that it's a lot of people that lack discipline. This person don't have no discipline. So it might be a challenge for them to stay focused, you know, on different things that they need to stay focused on. I'm going to flip this around so they're all in the up right now. And stay focused on. And therefore it leaves them with procrastination. Like this person is procrastinating. Because they don't have the discipline to actually work through the things that they need to work through in order to come forward. So it's keeping them stuck. Putting things off become a bad habit. You have somebody that, again, don't do what they need to do. This person should have been honest with you a long time ago. But instead, they felt entitled. They felt like you were supposed to treat them special or something like that. I feel like this person came to you bearing their traumas and different things that they have been through in life, and they expected you to bow down to them and take care of them. But this person has deep-seated control issues. And when this person is not able to control you again, they turn into this tornado. This person turns very vicious. They may even get aggressive with you. And with this can't forgive in the reverse, you know, this heavy burden that was holding you, you let it go. You forgave that. You forgave it. You forgave it. Because it says self-doubt. It says it is often just a perception and not a reflection of your true abilities and worth. You know? So these control issues or whatever it was that this person tried to, you know, enforce on you, they can't forgive you for not allowing them to control you. They can't forgive you for it, and you forgave them for it. You know what I mean? You forgave them for implanting that self-doubt on you, thinking that you weren't good enough for certain things that you were overqualified for, if that makes sense, via any type of dealings with this person. And now with this indecisive, you know, somebody is fearful of making the wrong choice. Or Pisces, you might even be having this indecisiveness a little bit. You know what I mean? You made the right choice. But this other person who is sitting here and holding on to their emotions, you know, they're being very stubborn. It's like they're determined to make you come to them. They don't want to come to you because it'll make them feel like they're weak in some way, shape, or form. But this person is very closed-minded. They're very closed-minded and they're unwilling to consider other perspectives. And see, you got healing clarity. Amplify your emotions and bring your shadows to the surface to heal them. Or actually, that's what this person needs to do too. What you have already done. They need to find this clarity within themselves. And you got deception in the reverse. It's a slippery slope that endures trust, honesty, build connection, and authenticity. But it's in reverse. So it ain't no deception. You aren't being deceiving or any of that. You know, you're being honest about what you did. I feel like this person just can't believe that you actually did the work that you're saying that you did because they're feeling like they watched you. Like, when did you do this? When did you have time? You had time when they were focused on the wrong things. You had time when they was focused on everything else. You had time when you didn't resist this change. You didn't hold on to things and make them what you wanted them to be. You had time when this person was out here roaming free with this roam free. You were roaming free as well, but just a different type of way. You was following your instincts. You were being led. You were definitely being led. With this being victim in reverse, you were nobody's victim. You never took a victim role. You stepped into position and did exactly what you were supposed to do with this self-sabotage in reverse. You never self-sabotage yourself. You never undermined your success. You knew you was the bee's knees and you didn't have no issue letting nobody else know you was the bee's knees in case they didn't know. And you also had discernment. You wasn't running from no difficult emotions, no, none of that. You had discernment. You weren't competing with nobody. You stayed steadfast in being yourself. That's why you're successful with this competitive in the reverse. You weren't being competitive with nobody and when no need. Fight for what? When you are who you are, you ain't got to fight for your position. That's toxic. And this person liked that toxicity. This other person was toxic. Vulnerability. Face hidden anxieties, insecurities head on and don't let them control you. That's what this person has an issue with doing. Instead, they want to compete. And this competition was toxic behavior because they refuse to be vulnerable. And there's something with some addictions. Somebody do some self-soothing, you know. So I hope they get it together. That was your read, Pisces.